today our audio will not cut out and our video will not cut out and our widescreen will work and our lights won't explode and we will have a good podcasting day. Amen.
Amen. I also realized we need a phone for the list.
What list?
The cheugy list.
Okay.
But mine, okay. We're not stopping anything.
We're not stopping anything.
Can we use yours?
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get it. Okay, I prayed. It didn't work, but well,
we didn't stop anything.
We didn't stop anything. That's true. Everything's still running.
Yeah.
Welcome. Is that really bad angle?
Oh.
It turned.
We can't stop anything.
We're not stopping.
That's so funny.
I think when I move the lights.
Recording.
Does it?
I
Good.
hope.
I
There's
think
a red thing there.
Yeah, red means record.
Well, that was 4 minutes.
Okay.
Welcome to Menti Breaky Epi 25e.
Okay, everybody, we're
off.
We're off to the races.
Okay, and we got a little bit of Monica to begin.
A little bit of Monica in my life.
In my shower, and it's just your hair.
At my bat mitzvah, they played that song 32 times.
Of course, just that part.
Yeah.
I was so upset that Hannah was not mentioned in that song. It was really hurt me. And all the girls that were mentioned, ugh.
It
jealous.
also, your name ended with an A-H, which was
It could have been. It could have been in there, but he made a choice not to.
That's really,
One time I saw a guy perform that song at karaoke, and it was way past when you should be performing that song at karaoke.
Okay.
And then he was like, names, guys, give me names. Like, he kept begging the audience to give him, like, girls' names so he could put it into the song. And nobody was on board, so he kept having to just say the names that were in the song.
That's so funny.
And no one cared.
I would have been like, Monica.
Yeah, and he's like, well, we have Monica.
Yeah. Again.
More Monica.
Well, that's actually in line with, I think, our first topic, which is cheuginess.
I know
feel
that
like
song was cheugy.
Was
it cheugy? Was that song cheugy? Because that's also like our childhood, though. We weren't like teens or like young 20s when that song came out.
Should we define cheugy?
Oh, a cheugy, I guess.
They say what it means? We have a Buzzfeed article of cheugy things.
Yeah, we have
that we're gonna dissect.
Okay. I think it's just the style of millennials, we'll say.
Okay.
Or the things that millennials like, especially women.
Okay.
And I even think us discussing being cheugy is cheugy.
For sure. Because I don't think Gen Z's discuss being cheugy.
Well, they did it like 3 years ago, and now
Okay.
they're like, yeah, what? Like, aren't you guys dead yet?
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
No, we're still kicking.
I hate it. I'm like addressing it a lot on stage now.
Yeah, I feel like you're insecure about it.
I think like, yeah, just like getting older in general, maybe. But I also am like, I've always wanted, I don't like care a ton about the trends, but it is like something really specific when it's like, oh, you wear ankle socks, Hannah. And I'm like, oh my God. Like,
yeah.
Heaven forbid.
Yeah.
But I don't really,
I don't like when I don't know the new terminology.
Yeah, you're way into that.
I'm into the terms.
Like you use all the Gen Z terms.
I love a term.
Yeah. I've
no
noticed
cap.
that about you.
Love a term, no cap.
Yeah.
Slay.
I'm not into that as much. I just want to look young forever.
Yeah.
And I won't. Okay.
Okay, so let's go through.
I'm going to read off some stuff and we can say if we're guilty or of it.
I do have to say BuzzFeed is cheugy.
For sure.
And doing a BuzzFeed quiz is cheugy.
I remember I used to spend like a lot of time on BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
And what were the other ones? There was
what, like Just Jared?
Oh sure, yeah.
Like that celeb gossip.
Yeah.
Perez Hilton.
Well, that's like Gen Z almost.
Is it?
Well, that was one of the first ones.
Yeah.
No, I was saying Wired. X? I mean Gen X, yeah, Gen X. Wired.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't do Wired? There was Wired, and there was another one that was like, oh, what was it? There was another one, but it was more a boy one. It was like the boy BuzzFeed.
Oh.
And someone can scream at me after.
I think I do remember what you're talking about.
No, and they do all the documentaries.
Yeah. Oh,
what is
shit.
it?
I know what you're talking about. Okay.
And I used to walk past their office in Amsterdam. I was like,
yeah.
There it is.
Okay, let's do our Buzzfeed cheugy
Okay,
quiz.
number 1, side parts.
I side part.
Well.
I side part the heck out of my
I tried a
side.
no part, which I feel like is probably also cheugy. They're so into a middle part.
Yeah. Well, no, you have a middle part. You
kind of, but I do this.
Oh, you push
I
it
naturally,
back.
and then I kind of do this, and then I'm like, wherever it falls, it falls. So I try, because they're always like, how do you part your hair? I'm like, I don't. Just like do whatever you want.
I've tried a middle part.
Have you? How do you feel about it? I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. I feel like it makes me look like a little girl.
Yeah, I'm like, why does my face look like this on a middle part?
That's true. Skinny jeans. I don't do skinny jeans anymore. I'm so happy I don't.
Really?
Well, I feel like a lot of my friends still do, or I see millennials in them, and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm like, no more.
I don't do skinny jeans anymore, but I miss the skinny jeans because I feel like other jeans, I'm like, this just makes me look wider, in my opinion, than I need to, because the skinny jeans, they would go in with the calves into the ankles.
Yeah.
And now it just goes straight down. And I'm like, well, now the whole thing looks as wide as my ass.
Yes. Like, I feel like Gen Z clothes is really baggy, and it's because they're all like thin and teenagers.
Right.
And I'm like, well, enjoy it while it fucking lasts,
but they also
ladies.
like, it's like, yeah, like a no curves kind of look.
They're all
too.
like Billie Eilish looking motherfuckers now.
Well, Billie Eilish has curves.
No, her style.
Oh, her style
is very boxy.
Yeah, which is fine. And then they're doing boxy and low rise.
I know, which is like, I'm out.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, like, thank you for coming, but I'm out.
Yeah, thank you for the invite, but I'll stay where I am.
Yeah. I do a high rise always, and
same. Are you kidding me? I love a fucking high rise. Throw me some Spanx.
Yeah.
I don't understand how people lived without like leggings literally lifted up to their boobs. Like I take my leggings and I try to put them over my head.
Yeah.
Like that's how high I want my leggings.
I was in leggings and a sweater the other day, and I was like, oh my God.
The life.
It's so like, I know it's cheugy, but I'm like,
it's the good life.
I'm sorry, I'm in pajamas.
Yeah.
I'm outside in pajamas, like as if you guys snubbed your nose at this.
I have one pair of really comfortable biker shorts, and I feel like that's okay. That's like
biker
Gen
shorts
Z.
are in right now.
Yeah, biker shorts with a sweatshirt.
Because they're all doing the Princess Diana like biker shorts.
Yeah,
New
with
Balance
the keys
shoes
in the mouth.
and the keys and
that one picture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's lots of pictures. That was her style.
Yeah.
Okay, blonde hair.
Blonde hair is cheugy?
But I will. Okay, so at first I was like, what? And I was like, oh yeah. There was like a period of like 5 years where everyone was like obsessed with getting like the perfect blonde.
But what if you have naturally blonde hair? Is that cheugy?
That's fine.
Okay.
But like everyone went blonde.
Right.
This was right when I moved to Amsterdam, so it was like 2017.
Yeah.
Everyone and their moms was trying to be blonde, and there was like salons opening up to be like, this is a blonde. In Toronto, there's multiple salons that were like, we're a blonde salon.
Right.
Because I remember I went to Amsterdam and I had like the perfect blonde finally, and I knew how to take care of it, and everyone was coming up to me. They're like, where did you get your hair done? And I'm like, Canada.
Right. Yeah, that actually is cheugy. Like getting that blonde. Or
yes,
like
getting
highlights.
the perfect blonde. I forgot about that, because now I feel like it's more like just be your natural color or some shit like that.
I feel like it's be your natural color, or it's like platinum, or like
platinum
white,
or black.
Or black.
Like Charlie XCX is like black.
Yeah.
It's very like...
Charlie XCX is 30 though. Or like 31.
Yeah, but she's like...
Gen Z.
Leading the way for Gen Zs this summer. Pumpkin spice lattes, of course. This is what started it all.
I have a question. Do Gen Zs like not like pumpkin spice lattes?
I think they don't like Starbucks anymore.
Oh.
Yeah. Starbucks is like on its way out.
That's a multi-billion-dollar corporation that's about to be closed down by the Gen Z.
It's cheugy to like Starbucks.
I actually don't.
Like, gotta have my Starbucks. Very cheugy.
I don't like Starbucks.
Good for you. You're so cool. But you don't like coffee in general.
I like coffee. I just like plain black coffee.
Right. You're not like into coffee.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
But I can go to an artisan coffee shop and be cool. Be like,
that's what I like.
Local artists.
And I think that might be what Gen Zs are
I
into
think
now.
support,
Or they're
yeah.
like getting their coffee at like Aritzia, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
That doesn't sound very Gen Z to me, though, to get your coffee at Aritzia.
Okay, maybe that's a millennial thing.
Yeah. I don't know, because I feel like it's expensive. I don't think Gen Z likes expensive material items.
Okay.
Or maybe some. Anyways, let's move on to the next item.
I'm going to skip some of them if I don't like them, because there's some that are really funny. Jean jackets.
Here's the thing. I own a jean jacket,
I know.
but I never wear it.
It was mine.
Yeah.
And I got it from a different girl.
Yeah, a different comic.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Jean Jacket.
That none of us wear.
Yeah. That actually hasn't involved or improved our life at all.
No.
Girl boss culture. I hate girl boss culture. I hate it. I hated it as soon as it happened.
Well, you know what I find? Like, Gen Z just, like, doesn't want to work. And
that's so funny.
Yeah. No, but I love that for them. Because when I was working at an accounting firm, like, Gen Zs were starting to come in, and they did not give one fuck.
Yeah.
They were like, it's 5 p.m. we're leaving. I'm like, I used to stay until midnight.
Yeah.
And, like, or else my boss would, like, kick me out. And they're like, we don't care. Like, fire us. And I'm like, you know what? Vibes.
Yeah. Vibes. She's doing it.
Yeah. Was that cheugy?
I feel like Vibes actually
Vibes
is on the
Gen
cusp.
Z. It's on the cusp.
Because Vibes came out, and I remember being like, oh, we're just saying Vibes now?
Vibe check.
But I could get into it. Whereas the ones now, I'm like, I don't even know if I can get into this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But girl boss culture in general, hate it.
I feel like it's like we use it ironically now.
Yeah.
Like girl boss queen, like as a joke.
Yeah, queen. Yeah. There was one that was really funny, lasagna.
What?
I know. I'm like, are you fucked?
Lasagna's cheugy?
We're not allowed to like lasagna anymore, Monica.
Lasagna's a food. Can a Gen Z please let us know
why can't we like lasagna?
Lasagna is pieces of pasta with sauce and cheese. Why is that?
It's funny if it's like the entire country of Italy, cheugy. Like,
I hate this.
This little old Nona's like making lasagna, and the Gen Z's like,
ew.
Gross.
She's like, I've been making it for 100 years. It's been in the family recipe traditions for like our whole ancestry.
Yeah.
They're like, that's cheugy.
They're like, do you rate Nona's lasagna? And they're like, no.
That doesn't slay.
Nona's so sad. Oh my god.
Hey, you know what it reminds me of? Like, you know when like we have icks that like don't make sense? It's like it's an ick when he breathes. It's like it's cheugy, like lasagna's cheugy. Like you're just picking shit off.
Yeah,
the
you're just
floor
being
now.
mean now.
Yeah.
You're actually just being really mean now.
As if no Gen Z enjoys lasagna.
I know. I like cursive font is cheugy.
Oh yeah.
And like live, laugh, love, and all the slogans and shit like that.
Did you like in school we learned cursive so intensely because they're like you're gonna have to use this.
They're like if you think you can make it a day in the world without cursive font, like we've got some news for you.
We've got some big news for you.
You're gonna look like a fucking moron.
It was like the most serious like taught. They were like, and I would go home and my mom would be like, no, you have to like learn cursive. Like, how do you not know this? Like the uppercase and the lowercase and like linking the shit together.
My mom still writes in cursive.
Wow.
And she has amazing handwriting too. She has like perfect handwriting because she used to practice as a child. Yeah. She practiced for her wedding as well because she wanted to sign the wedding thing like so in calligraphy.
My mom gets so mad at me because my writing is so bad. Like every time I sign something, she's like, that's disgusting. I'm like, nobody cares. I could literally sign a check with like a one line squiggle. No one would give one shit except my mother.
So we like any time I've worked in a place where you have to sign stuff, which you still do at my current workplace, you have to sign.
Right.
Because you're adding a tip on.
Right.
Do you think anyone has ever once like compared the signature to like the back of the card. No, of course not.
No.
But we have gotten in trouble when people haven't signed by our accounts department.
Yeah.
Because sometimes if a charge is disputed, they're like, well, we at least need something.
Yeah, a signature.
We need something.
That
we need
was
a scratch on a piece of paper. And I'm like, well, then fucking fake it.
Yeah.
I had a big thing where a guy, and this is a great story, an NBA player charged a bunch of stuff to the hotel room.
Okay.
Someone famously in the NBA charged a bunch of stuff to his hotel room, and then the team disputed the charges. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And then they're like, Hannah, where's the receipt? I'm like, well, he used a fake name. Everyone in the team is under a fake name.
Yeah.
So I didn't get him to sign the thing as Bugs Bunny or whatever his fucking name is in the system.
That's insane.
And then they were like, okay, fair enough. Well, they're like, we can't, we're going to have to eat these charges unless you can come up with a receipt that has his signature on it. And I'm like, then sign a fucking piece of paper.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, because it was like ruining my life. It was like probably
that.
like thousands of dollars of charges.
Right.
And I'm like, he's on video and he's a famous person buying this stuff.
Yeah.
And I think in the end, I don't know what happened in the end, but I assume they went back to the team and they're just like, he bought it.
Yeah.
Like, just pay for it.
Yeah.
Fuck you to that guy.
I remember that. That was traumatic.
It was very traumatic.
No, as an auditor, we would check everything to make sure there was like a signature. Because if there's no signature, there's no...
Insane. Even though it's like, 1,000 people can say...
Yeah.
They're like, no, we need a scribble. And I'm like, then scribble on a piece of paper at this point. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Sign a piece of paper, Daffy Duck.
Yeah, seriously, Daffy Duck. The fuck? Okay, now back to
Duck.
our cheugy list.
Now back to, well, we talked about that one, like The Office, Friends, How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
Those
that's
are
all
very
cheugs.
Cheugy. Disney adults. Cheugs.
Disney cheugs.
Choose the dollar section at Target.
Why is the dollar section at Target cheugy? What, you don't like that? You don't like that?
You don't like going to... is the dollar store cheugy? Like Dollarama?
No, just the dollar section at Target, as per the Buzzfeed quiz.
Well, like, this is American, though. So it's like our version, Dollarama. Is that cheugy?
Because
maybe
they have
it
dollar
is.
stores.
I fucking love Dollarama.
Why would that be so specific? Why wouldn't they just say dollar stores then?
Dollar section. Well, Target's cheugy.
Target's cheugy?
I think so.
No, Target's not.
No, I think it is.
It can't be. They
No,
only
it's
said
cheugy.
the dollar section. If Target was cheugy, they would have said all of Target.
Oh, the crying, laughing emoji.
Oh, this one hurts.
I know. And that one, I remember it came out because I was using it. And they're like, we don't do that anymore.
You have to use the slanted head now.
The slanted one. Or they were using skulls for a while.
Oh, yeah, skulls.
But I was like,
I still use the standard laugh cry emoji.
I know. I don't care.
That's like one moment where I'm like, sorry, I don't care.
Yeah. There was one more too, cruises. I'm like, dude, do millennials even like cruises?
I like cruises.
Oh, no, Monica.
I know. But I think they're cheugy because like after COVID, they're like, not
no
a thing
kidding.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
like if you're
it's,
going
like,
on a
out of
cruise
date.
after COVID,
Yeah.
you're actually just disgusting.
Yeah, it is gross.
That's our BuzzFeed article.
Thank you guys for playing along. I think we've concluded that we're pretty cheugs.
Yeah, after reading that list, I was like, fine. Attack me.
Attack me. I'll be cheugy. If liking lasagna makes me cheugy, I guess I'm cheugy.
Yeah.
Why was it just lasagna?
Just lasagna.
No other foods.
No. What are they into now? Penne? I need to know what pasta.
What's the
Jaxie's
pasta?
are into.
Because there's only specific one. I feel like penne is cheugy.
Oh my god.
I feel like they're
of
into,
course it is.
You know what I think they're into?
What?
Rigatoni.
What's that one?
Rigatoni, I think, is like it's like the thick pieces. Like, you know, they're like kind of thick and thin.
Okay, I'll go out and buy them. Or they're
I don't
probably into
mind
like
rigatoni.
quinoa, and they're like pasta.
No, I think
really?
quinoa is cheugy.
Oh, it was.
And couscous.
Quinoa and couscous were cheugy, but like barely. They had like
Yeah,
a
they had a
very quick moment
Yeah, like with
where like every
cauliflower.
restaurant all of a sudden was like, we have quinoa, and you're like, okay.
I don't give one shit
Yeah,
about your
no one
quinoa.
asked.
No, it would always be like a quinoa salad.
Yeah.
And it would be like 2 pieces of quinoa and just like romaine lettuce. And you'd be like,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, no one wanted that.
No one was interested in this. All right. The next item actually relates to not cheuginess, but getting older. So every week we write an outline for Menti Breaky, and this week I'm reviewing the outline, minding my business, and I see that Hannah updated the outline, and she wrote, "I'm 34 and every guy I have a crush on is married or dating, and I'm going to die alone." And I was like, Hannah, that's not an outline.
It must have been late. When I was adding things
I was like,
this.
what the heck? That's not true.
It seems like it.
Just get sad.
Yeah, no. This is kind of funny. I'm kind of doing a joke about this right now, but my therapist was like, make a list of all the things that your exes have in common, because I always have a type, like a very specific type. So I made a list, and I was like, honestly, cool fucking guys. I was like, I should fuck one of my exes. These guys are cool.
That's so
It's
funny.
the opposite effect.
Do you want to share some items that were on the list?
Well, some like weird ones that I like didn't even realize were like obviously there's the horrible ones like untrustworthy, liars, unavailable. But then there's like really specific stuff like tall, dark hair. Sometimes they're like slightly mixed with something. And great dick. But like really specific, like they all like dropped out of school, like the last school they had.
That's great.
They dropped out of.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Quitters.
Or they like have a weird thing with their mom, but their mom loves me.
Right.
Yeah.
We've talked about that kind of. It's like they have a weird like mommy issues, and then the mom sees herself in you.
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those were some of the more like specific things. But when I was just like listing their like physical attributes and like what they were good at, I'm like, I was like, actually sign me back up.
You text them like, you up?
I know. I'm like, wait. I'm like, oh, thank you to my therapist. I'm like, you're right. I should get back together with my ex. She's like, no.
That's so funny. Yeah. I've been dating recently.
Yay.
Thank you, Hannah. Yeah, I didn't feel like pressing a button.
I was like, I'm gonna press the wrong one.
Yeah, same. And like I've been going on like dates with people who actually like me and want to like see me again, and I have to get like used to that. Like what you were talking about, you're like great dick, but the reason these guys had great dick is because your vagina
loves them.
As we discussed last week, we have to talk to our vaginas because it's some kind of anxiety like bad boy thing, you know? Because I'll meet guys, not attracted to them, not into them, then all of a sudden like something happens and like
obsessed.
They are show themselves as unavailable or like just something. I don't know what happens, but all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like I'm so into them, like sexually and everything.
Yeah, I find similar. I think mine's a bit quicker, like because you can go a while not giving a shit about a guy, and then all of a sudden you're like really into him.
Yeah, that's true.
Whereas mine, it's like I might be kind of like like on the fence, and then I'm like and then they'll like treat me like shit, and I'm like
that one. Yeah.
Like, I'll follow you anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel as well, where it's like I'm like not even that into them, and then just something happens and I'm like, we need to.
I know, and I'm like, is this fixed with therapy? Is it science? Like, is this forever?
Well, it must be, because it's not initial attraction. Because if it was initial attraction, we'd be so into them right away.
So, like, are you saying that I can, like, trick myself into liking a guy that I wouldn't normally like?
That's what I'm trying to fucking do.
Oh, God. Yeah, on these dates with men that like you, and you're like, this is good.
But what I have to remember is the guys that I'm obsessed with that are bad for me, also initially I was not super into them.
Right.
So if I'm not super into these guys who I'm meeting who like me, maybe if I just, like, give them a bit of a chance, then like maybe that could grow too. Like I think that's actually the healthy way to do things.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not madly in love on date number 1.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of like, because they always say like if a guy is like super suave and cool and you're in love with him on date number 1, like it's not a great sign because he's not like nervous. Like he's not like, you know, like he's just probably a player. Whereas like if he's nervous and he's awkward and stuff, then it's like he could be feeling something.
Yeah. And it's also okay to like be into a guy that's just like nice.
It is okay. I know. It's a wild concept. Trust me, we're aware of that, but it actually is okay.
Yeah, to be attracted to a guy that's nice to you.
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem insane?
It's so insane. So, look, it's a foreign concept, but Hannah and I are working with our therapy team who is informing us that it is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
so it's the concept is out there.
Look, we might not be believers yet.
No.
But the concept has been put out there.
Yeah.
And I've seen it in practice.
You've seen it?
With friends.
Yeah. That's great.
They like people who like them back.
Wow.
I know, right?
That's so cool.
I mean, it's never happened to me, so you can't listen to this podcast and say, you know, Monica and Hannah are people that...
It hasn't happened to the Menti Breaky team.
No, but it is apparently a thing that exists.
Mm-hmm.
Liking someone who likes you back.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am like... and I look objectively at the guys that I'm like super into, and I'm like, Monica.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well that's
Monica.
what I was doing with this list.
Yeah.
There is like a dark part of the list.
Yeah.
Where it's just like
I know
is abusive. And I'm like, right.
Right. Oh yeah, there's that.
Right.
Tall, but
yeah,
abusive.
I'm like tall.
You know what's funny? I actually really like my ideal height for a guy is 5'8". I love a 5'8".
5'8", that's a good height.
But I always seem to end up with guys that are like over 6 feet. And then everyone's like,
oh, interesting.
Yeah, everyone's like mad at me because they're like, you're short. You should.
Yeah.
And I'm like, look, I don't want to be climbing. I don't want to be neck hurting.
Yeah.
But I just always end up with 6 foot plus guys. And I'm like, I would love myself a 5'8".
I think it's more the guy than you. I don't think that's fair to put it on you.
Oh, because I can't extend.
Yeah, you're
myself.
like I'm not a height racist.
But yeah, yeah.
Whereas I think guys like a little girl.
You think so?
Yeah, they like little girls.
I used to be
men are perverts.
Okay, thanks. No, I used to be so insecure about my height, but I think it was just because I was like different than everyone else.
Sure.
Right? Like I want to be like 5'6" or like 5'5". You know? Also, like models
that's
are
like
tall.
that's so short still.
It's my goal.
That's her dream height is 5'5".
Yeah, no, and it's weird like doing comedy because I'll see people after the show and they'll be like, why are you all the way down there?
Yeah.
Because they're used to like looking up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I love it. I lose Monica all the time.
Yeah.
In a crowd, I panic. Oh my God. I literally say that. That's my joke. I'm like, if I don't have eyes on her, she's gone. Like, truly.
I kind of forget like how short I am.
I forget how short you are all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking for you. And then you're like,
right
the same. You'll be as times you have been right in front of me still makes me laugh.
I know.
Where I'm like searching and you're like, I'm right here. And I'm like, ah.
Did we tell the New York story on this podcast?
Was that? No. What's
I don't
the
think
New York
we did.
story?
Okay, so Hannah and I were in a coffee shop in New York.
Oh.
And we were about to like go on a walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. So I'm like looking up like how to get there, the route. And Hannah forgets how short I am.
Yeah.
So she looks over and sees this like short person that she doesn't think is me because she forgets how short I am. And she's like, oh, this girl is also looking up the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah,
like,
so I was like eavesdropping on her, like scrolling. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I'll tell Monica. Like she's looking up the best route for the Brooklyn Bridge.
And then I turn around and Hannah screams, like freaks out. And I'm like, what? Like I've been here all along.
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I remember you were like, holy shit. I'm like, what? I was just standing here.
Like, I'm just standing here. I'm like, right. Right, I forget
so
you're
funny.
a little person.
Ugh.
No, and I also would just kept losing you in New York. That was the thing. Like even in the thrift shop,
Oh yeah.
I was scanning, could not find you. And finally I see you. I'm like, right, she's shorter than the shelves. Like I'm like, okay, like I don't know how to find you. Because you like walk down an aisle and you're just like at shelf height. I'm like, right.
It's funny because like, you know, they always have like the short and tall friend, or like those videos about the short and tall friend, but it's like you're not even that tall. You're just like normal height, and I'm just like 5'1".
I'm not.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'6".
Okay.
I'm like a
My
tall
dream.
5'6".
Well,
Because I used to say 5'7", but I don't think that's true.
Well, the thing is, like, I wanted to be tall because like models are tall. You know?
Sure.
But like, if I was tall, I would just still, you know, not be a model. But yeah.
That was like Jamie's our favorite topic.
Oh, yeah.
We argued about his height once. I was like,
he
"You're
won't like this."
No, he has a joke about it.
Oh, okay.
He argued about his height once because he was like, I'm 5'7". I was like, no, you're not. And he's like, yes, I am. And then I was like, you're a short 5'7". He's like, what does that even mean? And then
so
he measured
funny.
himself and he's like, exactly 5'7".
Yeah,
he's like,
no.
I am a short 5'7". He's like, but I am 5. He's like very proud of the fact that he doesn't lie about his height.
Oh,
and I think that's
yes.
very admirable.
Yes. Well, I've always discussed with people, it's like, if you lie on the dating apps, like say you have like a Photoshop picture or like a picture from 5 years ago or like a picture where you just like look so different. I'm not mad that you're ugly. I'm mad that you lied about what you look like. Because here's the thing, even if you look okay in person, we're starting off on a lie.
Oh, yeah. Like I've had that where, it just is awkward.
Just be yourself because it's like we're going to meet. And we're going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like even now, like I'm on the dating apps and I'm like, at this point, I need to put something about comedy in my dating apps. And like at first I was kind of like worried about it because like a lot of guys are like, oh, you think you're funny, like blah blah blah, you know, like it's not whatever. But then I was like, well, they're gonna figure it out at one point or another. So this is just like an extra filter where like if a guy is like a dick about it, I don't really want to meet him anyways.
Yeah.
And a lot of guys, or like at least the guys I've been dating recently, they're like into it. Like one guy's like begging me to come to a show.
Aww.
And I'm like, no, like we're not there yet.
No.
It's like, you know, on date 3 you fuck. For me, it's like date 3. Like,
you bring them to a comedy show. That's so cute.
It's intimate.
Yeah.
It's like a different like vibe. And then it's like, yeah, if I bomb, like then it's awkward. Like,
yeah. No bueno.
It's a whole thing.
Agree.
One guy was like, he was like, I hope in 10 years I go on YouTube and I see a full special that you did about me.
Okay.
But it's kind of nice because some guys are, oh, you're going to write a joke about me, like blah, blah. And this guy was like, just write it. Find that guy.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. This might be boring for people, but I was like a lot of my friends will be like, oh, you're going to write a joke about me? I'm like, you would be so lucky.
Seriously, you would be like, you really think you're that interesting? That's my thing.
Yeah.
It's like,
it'll be like some such a lame thing will happen. They're like, let me guess, you're going to write a joke about this?
And
like,
I'm like,
they like spill a cracker and I'm like, what?
spill a cracker.
I don't know.
No,
I remember
get
someone
it.
said that to me. Something happened with a cracker, and they're like, "Let me guess, you're gonna put this in your little skit." And I was like, "What? No."
I do write jokes about my friends and family, but it's never like what they think I'm writing about, or like what they think is like funny, you know?
Yeah, and like with guys too. Yeah. I'm maybe a little mean and devastating towards people that I've slept with or dating, but also it's just like. It's jokes. So
well, also we both do it in a way where like you could never track it back.
Yeah, like I feel like, well, maybe you can if you read the name of my tattoo. Maybe mine's a little worse, but it is also like it's so like I am joking and I need people in my life to understand that. Like I'm like I'm telling a story. Like I'm telling an exaggerated story.
Also, I find like if you're actually like upset or like bitter about your exes and you're writing jokes from that standpoint, it's never funny. No. So it's like I don't think that anything that me and you do on stage
Yeah.
is like from a place of being upset or bitter, because if it was, people wouldn't find it funny. Like everything, like when I wrote my first and only joke about my ex, I was like, oh, I'm like somewhat over this because I can finally write something that's actually funny, instead of people watching being like, oh, she's like upset or bitter about her ex.
You can tell
When
and
someone's
it's
not
horrible.
over it. Yeah, we've seen a lot of comics recently go through breakups and like try
Yeah.
to talk about it on stage, and I'm like, you need therapy or a friend. Like the stage right now for you is not the place.
Yes,
sometimes
so
it's the
many.
place, but it's like it's the place if you're in a place where you can do it and still realize that you're doing a comedy show and not being bitter.
Yeah. Like the audience will tell you if you're over them or not.
The audience will tell you if you're
and
over
if they're
your
not
ex.
laughing, you're not.
Yeah.
You gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. I think that was a great ep.
I think that was an amazing ep.
I really had fun with lasagna.
Lasagna was crazy.
I knew you were gonna like that one. When I saw that one on
Oh.
the list, I was like, I have to tell Monica
Yeah.
that we're cheugy for liking lasagna.
Oh, one thing that we didn't bring up.
Go on.
Would you wear fancy Crocs?
No.
Okay. There's a really...
I don't even wear Crocs.
Have you seen all the croc options, though? The croptions?
Is that what they're called? Or
No, I made that up.
Great.
Thank you. Trademark. But there's a really cute pair of platform Crocs.
Don't.
I'm going to clip
do
this and I'm going to put a picture in the clip. They're like, I've tried them on. They like don't fit just a little bit. So they're cute.
Oh, but Crocs in general
Okay.
were millennials,
Right.
and then we fought against them, and now they belong to Gen Z.
They
so
do.
I think that's very hip of you to wear fancy Crocs.
It is very hip of me. Look, I got Crocs because my physiotherapist told me that they would help my plantar fasciitis.
Oh, nice.
And then I was
That's cheugy.
that's cheugy. That's cheugy. I'll agree.
No, you have to wear them ironically, Monica.
but-
Don't tell anyone that you have feet problems. Be like, ugh, I know, Crocs, right? Funny.
But now I kind of wear them ironically.
Good.
But even my physiotherapist was saying, like, her kids are in university and they were calling her being like, we need Crocs with the fur in them. The fur in them was very big at one point.
Yeah.
Not for me. But I have 3 pairs of Crocs. 1 pair at my house, 1 pair at my mom's, 1 pair at my dad's. Got my mom a pair of Crocs. Loves them.
Never even tried them on.
Really?
Yeah, I fought hard against them.
Sport mode, baby.
But also, I didn't like how expensive they were.
That's fair.
Because I was poor my whole life, so I was like, I'm not paying this amount for
Rubber.
a rubber shoe.
Yeah.
One more thing about the
Yes.
Gen Zs. They are just like all their style. I'm like, it is like the ugliest things that we rejected is what they're like, we love that. Like,
Yeah.
like the New Balance shoes. I bought New Balance shoes now, but I'm also like because they love New Balance shoes. New Balance shoes was what like dads and pedophiles wore,
Right.
and then now Gen Z's like, we love New Balance.
Yeah.
And then so I'm like, fuck it, I'll buy New Balance shoes, and I'm like, and joke's on you because I am old and I do have feet problems,
and I need these.
so I do need these.
Same with my Crocs.
Yeah, we need Crocs and New Balance. Like, you're not hurting us.
My camera died, so we're out. That was our conversation on shoes. If you
We're
guys
out.
could, please rate the podcast 5 stars on Spotify. Also, like, comment and vote on the polls because we're trying to grow this. And I had some call with some chick who was like engaged with Spotify. So do that.
Engage everywhere. No
And-
matter where you're listening to it, leave a comment that says, love you guys.
Hannah's brother, shout out. We
Literally
love you so
the only
much.
person.
Yeah, he comments on everything, and
Thank
I'm like,
you, Gordon,
our
for
fan.
commenting.
Thank you,
and
Gordon. We actually love you.
It helps.
Okay. Thank you guys. See you next ep. Love ya. Signing off.
Bye.